Morning, bienvenidos a toda la canalla. Welcome here to the Insomniacs Workshop once again. It's another cold day. Yes, everybody in the country is going through this cold spell. It's worse for some people than others, but it's bad here in South Texas too. We have the humidity, so that kind of makes things a little bit worse or more interesting, depending on how you look at it. We don't have the snow and ice, but not here. North Texas, yes. Not here on the Gulf Coast. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about, is it? No. What am I here to talk about? Let's see what's happening today. Let's look. This is my thought that I was looking at this morning. You know, I keep these things. I have a stack of them. When I see something interesting, I jot it down. I have a numerical order just for referencing. It's not Dewey Decimal, but it makes sense. Anyway, this one is interesting. You might like it. A fish with his mouth closed never gets caught. That's true, right? I like the way it sounds. Everybody likes the way it sounds. It's humorous, it's whimsical, but it's a good reminder that, number one, if you do something wrong, if you blab about it, you know, you're sowing the seeds of your own defeat, and you've got nobody to blame but yourself when you get busted. It also goes along with it. Remember the old saying, loose ships sink ships. Loose lips sink ships. Yeah, that was, I believe it was the Second World War. It was the Navy, you know, and that was their poster, you know. Remember, you know, if you talk about your coordinates, your training, any of those things, any of those details, the enemy can put all that information together and cause problems. So anyhow, it's a good lesson to listen to in life, you know. Don't offer extra details about things. Don't just jabber to fill time. Small talk. A lot of people do that, and it's good. You know, everybody needs it. It's social lubricant, right? Okay, but not to the point where you abuse people. You know, I do this myself. Not out in public generally, but I really pester my wife. You know, it's hard living with me because when I talk, you know, I tend to ramble on, and she just goes, turns it off. You know. And then I go, honey, you're not listening to me. We don't talk anymore. You don't listen to me. That's because I do all the talking. No, that's not true. But, you know, I need to remember that too. Getting a little long-winded. I tend to do that. But anyway, that's such a basic thing. Just zip it a little bit. You know, you don't have to tell everybody everything. We all need to remember that. Pertinent information, compliments. Don't criticize people too much, because you know what? You know, if you listen to yourself, you're criticizing yourself. People look at it that way. You do it when people talk about other people. People gossip about their friends, right? Right? And you go, that person. Do you hear what they said about Jane or Joe? And yet, you know, people are saying that about you too. You think you're above that. Everybody thinks, nobody will talk about me. You're just a person like everybody else. And if you engage in that, people think you're in that group, that's your personality type. They have that relationship with you. They gossip about people. And they say, yeah, I shouldn't tell you this, or in the strictest confidence, off the record. Don't tell anybody I told you this, but they're telling that to everybody else. You don't think they are because your huge ego won't permit that. You think, I'm special. They're only confiding in me. Don't fool yourself. When they go to the next person, they're not only telling the same liturgy of bold nonsense stories and accusations and fabrications about all your neighbors, all your friends. They're also doing it about you. You don't want to think it, but it's happening. We are so deceived, aren't we, as we go through life. Day-to-day self-deception may be one of our biggest problems. But that's a topic for another day. Self-deception. Don't get me started. Anyway, I'm going to try to go have another cup of coffee. It's 3 a.m. That's supposed to be some weird hour, according to the internet, where you wake up and you're all, ooh, I'm going to die someday. It's Not in this insomniac workshop. We don't get that. Bzzz. Anyway, go forth, have a good day. Thank you for coming again. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to do these things periodically, throw up a few short stories, a few opinion pieces. I promise not to offend people too much. Bye.